Dear children, in this video, I'm going to show you one more example of passing objects, and in this, I am just going to add two distance intervals in terms of feet and inches. So here we have declared two instance variables, feet and inches, where these two are representing a particular distance. So in this, first of all, I have defined this constructor, and here feet is A, inches is V, and here the main method. In main method scanner class. Now enter first distance interval, and that is int A is ss dot next int, which is feet here, and int B is ss dot next int, which is inches here, and the first object I'm going to create, which is first object new distance and passing a comma b. So here we have declared this. Now in a similar way, I have entered the second distance interval also, and now we have to define few functions. So first of all, here you see that we have defined this function display, and in this feet is feet, and inches is inches, and here distance one is first dot display, and distance 2 is second dot display. Let us see that. Suppose it is 12 feet 5 inches and 13 feet 7 inches. So here you see that distance 1 is 12 feet and 5 inches, distance 2 is 13 feet 7 inches. And now we have to add these two. So when you want to add, you need another function here. So first of all, the basic prototype, in which the function is going to return one distance type object. The name of the function is add, and here first, and here distance second. In the previous video, I have explained whenever any object is created, a memory block is assigned to that object, and that object contains instance variables. That object contains memory for constructor, it contains memory for other functions also. And suppose there are three objects, so every object will have this display and add function separately. This is the prototype of the function, which tells us that the name of the function is add. The function is going to return one distance type object. The function will receive two parameters, first and second. And now here I'm going to just add these two. So here result new distance. So simple method of addition here. Here result dot inches is equals to first dot inches. I'm just adding the inches part, second dot inches, and then result dot feet is equals to first dot feet plus second dot feet plus result dot inches upon 12. Just because why I have done this, just because if we are adding the inches part and total number of inches become more than 12, then since 1 feet equals to 12 inches, so 12 inches will get adjusted with the feet and the remaining part will left with the inches part. So here that's why I have added, and now result dot inches is equals to result dot inches upon 12 modulus 12. It is for the remaining part, modulus 12, and after that we have to return result. So this is the function where we have added two distance intervals, and now I'm going to invoke. So earlier I have told you that every object is having a reference or a copy of all the functions. So here I'm going to call that add function. So here if the third object which we are creating here is result, and then first dot add first comma second. I'm just calling this add function from the first object, and then the result is which is result dot display. 12 feet 7 inches, 13 feet 8 inches. Now you see that 7 plus 8, if you see the inches part here, 7 plus 8 which is 15 inches, and 15 by 12 which is 1, and 15 mod 12 which is 3, so 3 inches is left, and 12 plus 13 which is 25, 25 plus 1 more feet will come when we have adjusted 12 inches from the inches part. So here 13 plus 12 which is 25 plus 1 which is 26 feet. So the result is 26 feet 3 inches. So this is how we have done the addition. I hope you have understood this. One more thing I would like to tell you, that here I have written first dot add. So here I can write second dot add also, then also the result will be same, because every object is having separate copy of the functions and instance variables. 12 feet 7 inches, 13 feet 8 inches. You see that the same result will come if we are calling the add function from the second object. There is one more method, is that I don't want to use second and first here, rather than I want to use result and here I am passing 0, 0. So in place of this I am just writing result dot add. This result is current calling object, and at present in the feet and inches within this result, which is a current calling object, is initially 0. So in this case, if we are using the resultant object like this, we need not to return any value. So in that case, its return type will be void, so there is no need to return anything here. And here we don't need to create the object also. Then just remove this. This inches part belong to the result object, and this feet part also belong to the result object, and remove this. We don't need this, and here we also don't need this. So it's okay. And here we have removed or not, now just remove this. This will also generate the same result. This is another method, 12 feet 7 inches and 13 feet 8 inches. So here you just go through this one more time. Here what we have done in the main method, we have created one distance type, one result distance drop object for the result, and here this result will become current calling object, and at present feet and inches, this is feet and this is inches. Both these values, both these instance variables are empty, they are having nothing. And when this function is invoked, this add function belongs to then current calling object. So these variables inches and feet belongs to result object. So first dot feet plus second dot first dot inches plus second dot inches, and then first dot feet plus second dot feet plus inches upon by 12, and then inches mod 12. So what will happen? Result objects instance variables will get modified, and since this is the current calling object only, so values are already reflected here. If we call this function result.display, the result is on the screen. See one more execution of this. Suppose it is 10 feet 9 inches and 12 feet 9 inches. See what happens. So you see that 9 inches plus 9 inches, which is 18, and 18 by 12, which is 1, and 18 mod 12, which is 6, so 6 inches, and 10 plus 12, which is 22 inches, plus 1 carry, that is, so 22 plus 1, 23 inches, 23 feet and 6 inches. I hope you people have understood. There is one more method of calling here. Every time I'm just telling you the current calling objects too. So here I don't want to create this. I don't want to create this object like this, but I want to call this function like this. And here I'm just using first dot. So here I'm just making first object as current calling object. So current calling object instance variables are already available in current calling object. So if we say that first is a current calling object, so its feet and inches are already available within it. So no need to pass first within. We need to pass one variable only. Because if we see that if first is current calling object, then this function belongs to current calling object, and if it belongs to current calling object, then feet and inches of the current calling object are already available. So in that case we don't need to pass the current calling object again. So there will be some changes, and here the function is going to return resultant object. So here what you will do, just suppose here you have got one variable distance, new distance, and here this is result, and here you are writing result dot inches is equals to this, and result dot feet is equals to this, and result dot inches is equals to result dot inches, return result. So here result dot, wherever I have written first dot feet, you see that first is a current calling object, so you need not to write first everywhere. If you write inches, it is representing the current calling object, which is first. So no need to write first dot inches and first dot second here, first dot inches and first dot feet. So this is another way of invoking that. So here see that 12 feet 7 inches and 13 feet 8 inches. You see that result is exactly same here. Now I would like to explain you one more method of how to return temporary instance from the function. So here in this case what you will do, you don't need to declare this. You just take one variable p, and which is p is equals to inches plus second dot inches. P is another variable, and here it is and q is another variable, and here you should write what? You should write p by 12, and here it is p equals to p by 12. Actually this p is inches and q is feet only. And here what you need to return is one object of distance class. So what you will return here? New distance p comma q. So this type of return statement means that you are returning a temporary instance, and here a temporary instance is address of the temporary instance is returned, and here that address becomes the permanent address here. And this is known as dynamic initialization. The value flows from right to left, and if you display result.display, the result will be on the screen. See that here 12 feet 7 inches and 13 feet 8 inches. So see that the result is 3 feet. What happened? 7 plus 8. Sorry, it is not working. Why it is not working? Just p by q inches inches plus second dot inches, and here second dot feet upon p dot 12, and then p by q. You see that here feet is like this. Here why it was not coming? Because p represents here inches and q represents feet. So here it is q comma p. Now it will work. It is 12 feet 7 inches and 13 feet 8 inches. You see that the same result is on the screen. It's working. This is all about passing objects. So there are so many ways and methods. You must know what is current calling object and what are instance variables, what is dynamic initialization. These terms are very important. So I hope you people have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.